With barely few weeks to mark the end of 2022, the Southwest Development Authority, SOWEDA, has deemed it necessary to hold its 47th ordinary session of the Board of Directors as the budget for 2023, which stands at about 2.6 billion, was adopted. In the course of the exercise,
the essence of this meeting was to vote in the budget for 2023. And the budget this year stands at 2 billion and just under 600 million. So this up from last year's budget that stood at 1 billion and just under 800 million. So you do your small calculations, you see that there's an increase. There's an increase in the budget that represents about 46% from last year to this year.
Before proceeding, it is imperative to overview some of the changes which has occurred in the last 3 years, which includes changes in the management of public finances of the state. At the level of the management, a 10-year strategic development document has been adopted. The internal rules and regulations was updated, and at the level of the Board of Directors, the creation of 2 standing committees and the adoption of charter carrying the internal rules and regulations for the functioning of the board were created. Looking at the reconstruction plan, how does this development structure fit itself?
Yes, the text creating the presidential plan for reconstruction and development actually states very clearly that this plan is going to be implemented by the UNDP, United Nations Development Program, but that this UNDP is going to work in tandem with SOWEDA in the southwest and Mineno in the northwest. And we know very well that the plan is having a few difficulties actually deploying itself, because we are still waiting for friendly nations to send in the funding that they promised. Now, the bits that they have, following the reports we get, they've started doing a couple of things. They've reassured us that once they want to effectively deploy on the ground, so that will not be left behind, we are going to work in tandem with UNDP to carry out the contents of the development and the reconstruction plan.
With the adopted budget disclosed, knowing how it is going to be used and the projects that will be implemented upon is vital.
We are rebuilding bit by bit. The basis, SOWEDA actually was established to beef up the living conditions of our rural world. All the villages in the southwest region, and so the main the essence of the budget is to assist our rural world, the farmers, by bringing a system of inputs. We are also going to do some farm to market roads, a few that the budget can permit. And I just mentioned a moment ago that with partnership from Ministry of Public Works, we're going to try to make the road Lum-Kumba passable. So those are some of the things. This year around also, it's we took a look at the fisheries and the livestock sector, and part of the budget has been constituted into a fund that's destined to fund this sector, so as to assist those operating in the livestock and fishery sector to be able to stand on their feet. So they are going to be trained and may have access to this fund. It's like some kind of a micro finance project where they could come and borrow some bit of money at very low rates to help them to start up their businesses.
Leaving no participation on Proxit, all the board members were present.